In this video, we're going to cover everything when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as fast as possible. This is all information taken from the Call of Duty Next event that took place today, and we're going to cover all the new information. If you do enjoy this style of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 50k, and we will be covering everything when it comes to Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2. So the first thing we want to cover is actually the weapons and the gunsmith system. So the way the new gunsmith system is going to work is not only will you be able to unlock attachments regularly like we're used to inside Modern Warfare 2019, but we will have a new receiver system which will basically allow you to change the way the weapon functions, basically turning an M4 into an M16 and maybe turning an AK-47 into an AK-74U. Now, other than the receiver, there is some weapon-specific attachments that are only available for a certain weapon family, such as the M4 family, but then there is regular attachments like optics, barrels, and muzzles, which will be available across every weapon, and that way you'll be able to use them on any weapon in that class. So for example, if you unlock a specific optic for the M4A1, you will not need to unlock it for any other assault rifle, and this will reduce the amount of grind we have inside Warzone and Modern Warfare. On top of that, we're going to have a new blueprint system which will cover the full weapon. Yes, cover the entire weapon this time round. Now, this could be very specific for only a special kind of blueprint. They've not really specified that yet. Hopefully, once they do confirm a bit more information and we get our hands on in game, weapon blueprints will now cover the entire weapon, no matter what build you use. On top of that, they showed some new field upgrades and equipment. The first one is inflatable field upgrade, which inflates a kind of fake dummy player so enemy players can get thrown off guard. They also showed a camera field upgrade that can stick to walls, and then you can see players on the camera that you plant in certain areas of the map. This could be kind of broken in some instances, but we'll need to wait and see how it plays out. There's a new DDoS field upgrade that can actually impair any equipment that is nearby. And then on top of that, they brought back the heartbeat sensor, but this time it does have a battery life that can run out. We then got to look at two new maps. One was a larger scale map, which is going to be part of the new Warzone 2.0 map as well. And then the second is a 6v6 smaller map, which they have specified is going to be a lot faster paced, so you can tell the difference between Warzone and standard 6v6 multiplayer. Next, they have two new game modes, and the first is Invasion, which is going to have 20 AI players and 20 real players on each team, and this is basically the ground war but as TDM. Very large scale and probably going to be really good for grinding weapons. The next one is Prisoner Rescue, which is pretty self-explanatory. There's going to be a defending and attacking team, which is going to need to get a hostage out of a certain scenario. There's no respawns, but you can revive teammates, and the player carrying the hostage can only use a pistol. So a few random things I want to chuck in here. They also showed a new third-person point of view, which I don't think is going to be really all that popular, but it is going to be in certain game modes. They did mention that there's not going to be any AI in Search and Destroy or in Domination game modes, which is very good to see. The next big reveal was the Warzone 2.0 map with all of its points of interest, and some of these are actually going to pay some homage to Verdansk, which is really good to see. They showed that throughout the trailer. They did mention there is going to be AI on this map, but they're only going to be based in certain locations and you can avoid them if you want to, but you do get special loot and rewards for going to fight them. So a couple of big things regarding Warzone I do want to mention is that there is going to be water-based mechanics on this new map, so you can go underwater, you can actually drive vehicles on the water. Each vehicle will have gas, so you do need to fill them up at gas stations. Every weapon that is currently inside Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer will handle exactly the same as it does inside Warzone 2, so it's going to have the exact same stats and exact same handling, unlike Modern Warfare 2019. When it comes to looting, it's going to be very similar to Modern Warfare 2019. The only change will be is that there will be certain locations in the map that are going to always have loot available. So for example, they gave in the bathrooms in the map, there's always going to be med kits, which also gives the indication that you will be able to med up instead of just armor plates. So that's something that they didn't really talk too much about. Vehicles in Warzone are now going to have different speeds, different health, and also you'll be able to shoot certain parts of the vehicle away, such as the doors, the tires. Gulags are now going to be 2 versus 2, so you have to team up with a random and use proximity chat to win. And a new mechanic that's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out inside Warzone is that the zone near the end circle will split into different sections on the map, creating sub-fights on the map, and then what will happen is it will collapse once again into one final circle, bringing all the players together for the final battle. Personally, I'm hoping this is something that's quite random and doesn't happen in every game. Next, they pretty much just confirmed that DMZ exists, but never talked too much about it. So the last thing I want to point out is a couple of things that they pretty much confirmed throughout the event, which is PvE raids. So this is going to be similar to Destiny. So you're going to be able to squad up and then fight AI players, essentially. The dive and slide mechanics have changed slightly inside Warzone, as you'll probably see through gameplay now coming up in the near future. Also on top of that, Warzone Mobile is definitely coming with a Verdansk map. They've readjusted it so that the graphics are slightly lower quality, but is the same exact map. It's going to have 120 real players on mobile, which is definitely something that's very interesting to see. And also you will get cross progression on your battle pass when you play Warzone Mobile or Warzone 2.0. They call this a new Call of Duty ecosystem, so you're not always grinding forever and you can always level up regardless of what version of Warzone you are playing. So there we have it. That is all the information from the Call of Duty Next event in under 7 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, as we will be covering all the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone content when it releases. Thank you very much for watching.